my name is Valerie. Today I have a duology, two books that are companions to each other that showcase the past and the future quite literally, and you'll see what I mean when I get into the summary.
Read with Val. Read on, have fun, and dream big.
Before I start, it is important that you read these books in order. So, the first book is Running Out of Time, and the second book is Falling Out of Time. And they are both by Margaret Peterson Haddix. These two books are fantasy realism books, and I'd rate them 10 out of 10. So the first book is Running Out of Time. This book is set in 1840. The main character in this book is Jessie Keyser, and she lives with her mom, dad, and her siblings in a small town called Clifton, and it's in Indiana. Her father is a blacksmith, and her mom takes care of the house, but also secretly she cares for people who are sick in the village. And sometimes Jessie helps her. There has been an outbreak and a disease named diphtheria, which is spreading across the village and infecting many people, and it is a fatal disease. So young children are getting more sick, and more children are getting sick every day. And it seems like this disease is just getting to everyone. Her mom tells Jessie very secretly and very worried that the only way that this disease can stop spreading is if Jessie leaves the village. Jessie's never been outside of Clifton. It's not really something she thinks about, I guess. But her mom forces her to leave the village, set and embark on a journey that Jessie doesn't even know what she's doing. She just needs to tell people about the outbreak of the disease, and she needs to inform doctors and people who are possibly also in media, because then the word can spread that there is an outbreak of this diphtheria disease. So that's sort of her mission. And what she finds when she leaves the village of Clifton is crazy and really surprising. And I'll leave it up to you to find out what this surprising thing is, how it affects Jessie, and what she has to do in order to complete this mission. All the while, when she's having the mission, she also learns a lot about her family's past and the dark secret behind the cause of the disease and why everyone is really nervous. So I really enjoy reading about Jessie because she is such a brave girl. She is my age, and she has to leave her family, not really have a background understanding why she has to leave and what is happening to her village and her community, but she takes that step, and I aspire to be like her, more courageous, more brave, and taking the step even if you don't know what it might mean for you, but you know that you're doing it for a greater good and for the greater cause. So now we are going to transition on to Falling Out of Time, which is the second book. And just a disclaimer, if you haven't read Running Out of Time, you should pause the video here and read Running Out of Time for watching the review of Falling Out of Time, because there's some like I guess there's some spoilers. So the main character in this book is Zola, and she lives with her mom, and her dad died when she was, I'm pretty sure either when she wasn't born yet or she was just born. He doesn't really remember much of her dad, if not at all. Bringing up her dad is sort of a sore topic because she and her mom don't talk about it much. And she lives in the year 2193. Her life is pretty easy and everything is given to her. Everything's like instant. For example, she has an Insta-Closet, which is recycles old clothes. So for example, right now what I'm wearing, I could put it in the Insta-Closet and tell exactly what I want my next day outfit to be like. So for example, I can say I want like a top that's purple and it's a t-shirt, and you can type it into the Insta-Closet and the next day it'll just appear. That's one example. Another example of like high technology, Siri, Alexa, Google. The Siri Alexa is impersonating a real life human being, or like a Wikipedia, someone who knows everything, and it'll tell you like the temperature and even more than that. Like it'll tell if you forget like to wear like socks, it'll tell you like Zola, or I'll tell the main character Zola, like Zola, don't forget to put on your socks. And it's like it's kind of creepy because like it knows everything. But that's another example of how how high tech and how like easy everything is. And you don't have to worry about safety. Zola doesn't worry about safety and doesn't have any fears. But one day this all changes when Zola discovers a piece of paper in her Insta-Closet. Paper is an ancient object. Like no one's used paper in such a long time. It's like a thing of like the way past. So she's like, oh my gosh, there's a piece of paper, and not only that, there's a note on it saying she needs help. And of course she's really intrigued. And then she finds, or someone puts it there, a book. And again, like a book is like, no one uses books anymore in 2193. This book is titled Jessie Keyser. The Jessie Keyser Story, How One Girl Escaped from Clifton Village. Like she's like, who's Jessie? Where's Clifton? Like, why does this have anything to do with me? And inside the book are pictures. Jessie Keyser looks so much like Zola. It's like they could be related. And she finds out that Jessie is the person, and a whole nother community of people that need to be saved and that are in danger. And Zola needs to use her courage to save this group of people and leave her town, which she's never done because they're VR. When you go to school, you don't actually go to school. You go in a VR like setting, and you can like, it seems like you're walking and then you stop and then like you turn, but you're not actually like there. It's just the goggles. And at school, like the people you see are just like their profiles and their like characters. And she hasn't interacted with anyone in real life except her mom. And she has to go out of her comfort zone and find out who is Jessie, what is she, how is she related to me, like what do we have in common, and save another community of people who are in danger. This book is very exciting because to me it's like what the future could be like Insta-Closets, for example, like how that's so high tech. Just like the idea of that is very distant and very like in the future. So the fact that this book, Zola, she lives in in a place where that's normal and that not having that is weird. Just like having TVs, having like phones, this stuff, this type of technology was not a thing a long time ago. Knowing what the future could be like is very exciting, and how she goes out of her way to fight for other people that can't fight for themselves. It's cool how she adjusts to real life scenarios like fear and danger. Again, for around the same reasons I enjoyed Running Out of Time, Zola is a protagonist that I aspire to be more like. For kids between the ages 8 through 13 who are into like futuristic and time traveling like books and ideas, I think you would really enjoy Running Out of Time and Falling Out of Time. And thank you so much for Harper Collins for bringing me these 2 books, and I hope all of you guys really enjoy it. Thank you so much for listening, and I hope to see you guys soon. Remember to read on, have fun, and dream big. I'll see you guys soon. Bye!